Welcome back to Let's Play Higurashi Watanagashi. Fuck, where the fuck did it... Oh, have you noticed that ever had that new... I mean, I think everyone does at some point, where you just like, you don't know where the freaking hell you put something, you voice out loud, but by the time you get to the end of the sentence you're saying to yourself out loud, you're like, where the fuck... Oh, there it is. It's just like you find it before you can even finish even thinking it, more or less. What word? Gaku. Physics. I don't know if I pronounced that right or wrong. But anyways, let's get to the plot, shall we? Last left off, I remember now. That was when I had food, wasn't it? Where I was like, damn it! I like to complete a chapter, you know, by the end of the recording. Who's speaking? So then, why does an unfortunate coincidence occur every year on the night of Watanagashi? You can try and say it, just ring around, but they're not there. Every year, someone always dies and someone always disappears. The story Takano told me on the day before during the setup. No, it's because it's really hard to cut this out. I couldn't just laugh it off. Then, does that mean it'll come for us too? It's like how one person dies and one disappears every year. Are you saying we'll be taking along Takano-san and Takano-san in a race too? My lips had at some point to become completely dry just saying that was ridiculous. Shion didn't respond. Her silence, however, was the clearest form of confirmation she could give me. Sure, we went somewhere we shouldn't have, but we were just looking, right? We didn't steal anything or take anything out, and we didn't tell anyone that we looked right. I was already regretting having committed such a wrong. Even so, was it really so bad that Tomotage-san and Takano-san deserved such cruel deaths? Besides, I didn't care about anything I saw in there at all. Takano-san was the only one getting so happy over it, wasn't she? Takano-san was the only one at fault. Don't have anything to do with this. I'm not interested, I'm not involved, I don't give a shit about what was in there. Our new saying so wouldn't solve anything. I could feel myself make true self in the innermost depths of my heart, twisted at my pointless howling. However, my emotions had broken through the dam, and I couldn't stop them anymore. I didn't have any interest in any of this from the start, damn it! All I wanted to do was watch Ring-Turn's performance. You were the one who pulled me away from that, weren't you, Shion? I don't give a rat's ass whether those two were trying to steal something or trying to meet up secretly or whatever. That's right, you're the one who made me go through there in the first place, Shion. You're all Keiichi, you need to see what's inside, and you convinced me and then pulled me in. Why the hell did you do that? I didn't have anything to do with this. What will you do? What are you gonna do, damn it? What are you going to do, yeah? How are you going to take responsibility for this? Huh? Hey, you listening? Click! Without any warning, the phone cut off with a soft sound of the receiver being slammed down. Well, I can't necessarily blame him for flipping out at her like that, but yeah, that's kind of predictable, isn't it? You freaking just like start shouting and blaming someone like in that kind of way. They are gonna hang up on you. Shion was just as terrified as I was. I just said something really some really self-centered things. My riled up emotions disappeared as if they'd never existed, and in their place surged waves of deep regret at having run my mouth so irresponsibly. I could try to call out Shion's name from beyond the disconnected phone, but it was too late. What have I done? Shion was only trying to tell me as much as she could about this thing about to descend upon us. As for me, I could only whine like a child about it. I went to call her back, but then remembered she lived there knocking on me. I didn't know her phone number. Since I decided, declared to Mion that I hadn't seen Shion last night, I couldn't just call Mion and ask her for Shion's phone number. I was too scared. I couldn't even call her back. I was stricken with ridiculous. I returned the receiver to its stand, and I simply prayed that Shion would call me back again. Please, Shion, calm down and call me again. Ring, ring, ring. Oh, this is my borrower. I swept up the receiver as though it wouldn't go through if I didn't grab it at that exact moment. Who's speaking? Definitely a guy. I think I remember now. I think he's an old guy as well. Is this the Maimar residence? Excuse me for the late call. I'm Keiichi. Is this the head of the house? It was the voice of a middle-aged man. All my hopes rushed out of me. No, it isn't. If you need that, I'll go call him. I went to put the receiver back then, but the man stopped me hurriedly. Oh, no. If he's busy, then it's fine. This may be a strange question, but is my old man paying you a visit? No, nobody's here at the moment. I see. Again, I apologize for calling you so late at night. Goodbye. He said his old man. He's a middle-aged... Well, you know. Yeah, I guess. He must be a real old guy, then. I don't know who that was, but what if Shion tried to call while I was talking to him? I thought, bubbling with egotistic anger. Hey, wait. Give it a break, Keiichi, my lad. These are the selfish emotions that made Shion mad at me, aren't they? The more I thought about it, though, the more I thought about Shion. Given me help in the short time since we had our conversation and didn't want to call anyone. Calm yourself, Keiichi Mabara. If Shion does call again, then first apologise in a calm voice. To do that, then Shion should understand. However, no matter how long I waited, the phone didn't ring again that night. Higurashi and I. Earn some chips. Yeah, I could have. Well, no, my food would have gone cold if I continued recording that. Close calls achievement unlocked. Let's view those tips then, shall we? Seems we're frickin' going through this damn scrapbook a lot, aren't we? It's just like, it makes freaking title these parts hard when it's like constantly just going over top those damn notes. The significance of Watanagashi. Watanagashi, a festival of hunting sacrifice and feast known him. While the festival itself is remarkable, it has come to be considered a form of entertainment as well. Perhaps it was because of the disparity between being both an ingenious act and a form of entertainment that the perpetrators began to believe themselves transcendent. However, I found some very interesting literature that appears to raise questions about that explanation. As with most oral tradition, it's not easily swallowed, but it does mention a few things that spark my interest. According to this literature, even the residents of Watanagashi village felt fear towards this ritual. Women and children would grow pale and tremble, and those of weak constitution would vomit, but it said that the feast of dissection was an obligatory thing. This is an extremely curious tale. Until now, I thought that the residents of Watanagashi village were fascinated by the Watanagashi festival. They looked down on those vulgar barbaric humans, cut them up like fish, and by eating them they reaffirmed their own holiness. At least that's what I thought. However, if what the villagers gained from this ritual was not fascination but fear, then that would suggest the ritual and something entirely different.
There is the possibility that the executions were meant as warnings, encouraging the viewers to strictly follow religious precepts created by those with power for their own convenience.
Again, with this, just like look in the past with stuff like that. It's like nowadays, like in most Western countries, it's just like you could like just like pretty much just joke about religion and stuff like that, and they'd be like, yeah, there are still places, you know, in the world where you can't even do that without it leading to all kinds of crap. But think about that, man. It's like, think of all the religious jokes that get made, like, anywhere. Like on the internet, for example. Imagine apply that to, say, like, the Middle Ages in Europe. You tell any of those type of jokes, you'd be like, blasphemer! There's a serious offense. Mind-boggling.
Watanagashi village has been effectively ruled over by 3 old families called Free Families. Because what else would we call them? About investigating the Free Families, I probably won't get any closer to the truth of Watanagashi village.
You know, seeing in the Roman numerals for the numbering, just makes me think of the Final Fantasy series. We're on Final Fantasy 7 now. The Free Families.
The Free Families refers to the 3 old families who effectively came to rule Watanagashi village. To break it down, it was the Keiichi family. Note the name, because that was the name of the guy who called Keiichi just now, or just in one of the previous scenes. To break it down, there was the Keiichi family, the Fude family, and the Sonozaki family, and each of them still exists today. While they don't have as much control as they did in the remote past, they still hold considerable influence today. Obviously, the Sonozaki family is kind of being hinted at to have a lot of influence. The 3 families are considered by legend to be those in whom the blood of the Swamp Demon runs the thickest. Well, that's a twist. The Keiichi family appears to have held great power as the head of the 3 families, but it doesn't have that kind of leadership today. The current mayor of the village, Yoshichiro Higurashi, from this family. The fact that members of the Keiichi family are elected as mayor every generation is thought to be a remnant of the old system.
Yeah, think about that, like in the friggin' past, where it was like, oh, no elected officials or anything. No, it's all decided by blood. It's just like, oh, you're royal, so you'll take over. It doesn't even matter if you're fit or not for this role, or if the people are behind you fully support this thing. It's like, no, you were born from a royal family, so you get to lead. Bullshit.
Of course, as no rival candidates appear, it doesn't change the fact that the Keiichi family holds the mayoral office even though through popular elections in the post-war era. The Fude family, the center of the village's faith since ancient times, the Fude clan has guarded the soul shrine dedicated to Oyashiro-sama. And take note, of course, that this is actually Rika's family, so, keep that in mind. They were worshipped as the only people to represent both boy and Shion for a long time, but the family branched off after the war and lost most of its power. It now consists of only the main house. The main house as well presently consists of only one daughter, Rika Fude, so the lineage may end in this generation.
How? That assumes that Rika doesn't have her, produce offspring at some point. Or is it just like a case of just has kids in the end, they're just like, you know what? Fuck this shit. We're not even gonna bother with this. We're leaving. Something like that.
There is absolutely no tradition of honoring females of the Fude families. Its only daughter Rika is a subject of much respect among the elderly village. The Sonozaki family. It's said that this family had a certain priest-like role in protecting the religious precepts of Watanagashi village. Of the 3 families, their relatively weak position can be seen from me putting them here last. Of course, today the Sonozaki family is flourishing, and the state of affairs among the 3 families has completely reversed. Even now, one could say that they are in control of Hinabisao. The 3 families comparing with each other is similar to the old way. The current head of the Sonozaki family, Or you, essentially decides all of the goings on in the village by herself. I think that's the name of Mion's grandma, I think.
Late night phone call.
Excuse me
for the late call. I'm Keiichi. Is this the head of the household? Yes. No, not at all. Thank you very much for that. Yes. Well, you see, I do apologize for calling at this hour, but I was wondering if our old man was visiting you at the moment. You got that right, yes. Once again, I'm very sorry for calling so late. Goodbye. Click.
So we're gonna see it from Keiichi's perspective then.
So, no good. I don't know who's speaking. I'm not sure what to do. Maybe passionate about it, but he always at least gives us a call. You told everyone you plays go with, didn't you?
Ring! Hello!
Hello, this is Keiichi.
Which one? Oh, that's why they're calling. This sounds lucky. How did it go? Have you found the mayor?
Yeah, it is Leon. Oh, Leon-chan. I called everyone I could think of, but I came up with nothing. We can't find him. What do I do? What could he be idling about?
I put in a word with a bunch of people who might have had an idea, but nobody did. Asked Nana about it, and she said we should get the men of the village together to search for him.
At this hour? I mean, it's not like he's definitely gone missing.
Watanagashi just happens. She thinks we should be a little more cautious. If we still can't find him, then we'll notify the police tomorrow morning. Whether or not we find him, though, we should refrain from making any false accusations.
Or your son's sentiments?
Yes. If you can't trust her without hearing her voice, then I can put her on for you.
No, that's fine. I understand. We'll get the men together and search. If we still can't find him, then we will notify the police in the morning.
She'll leave it to you to arrange the men. I'll be there as well, as Nana's representative.
Thank you. We'll get everyone together immediately.
Thanks. I'll talk to you later. Interesting. Bloody Higurashi and noisy bastards. There is no way I'd be able to sleep when she hung up her phone like that. Always sing along, don't I? I realised for the first time what kind of situation I was in, as well as who the only ally who would support me was. I waited with bated breath for Shion to calm down and call me back. What would I do if the phone rang while I was sound asleep? No matter how long I waited, however, it never rang. Exhausted whenever my mind started to wander, I would jolt awake as though I heard the phone ring. In the end, I brought the cordless phone with me into my futon and went to sleep with it in my arms. Though it still didn't amount to anything. Morning came, and by that time I was pretty sure she wasn't calling back. That was when a fierce drowsiness assailed me.
Damn it! There's no time for sleep, Keiichi, my bar.
Ow, I slapped myself in the face 3 times. I went to the washroom and washed my face, which was something I usually didn't do. That wasn't enough either, so I even brushed my teeth. After that, I was finally wide awake. When Mum saw how strange I was acting, her eyes went wide. What's wrong, Keiichi? Are you going somewhere today?
Going somewhere? Yeah.
School. I mean, it is... Isn't it a weekday? I don't know. The plot never specifies. Keiichi, you don't look so good today. You have a cold.
I'm not sick, I just didn't get much sleep.
My space down starts talking nonsense. Just humor me. I wonder what kind of nonsense you'll say. I wonder. Now I'm looking forward to it. Oh. I felt utterly shattered, and I still haven't picked myself back up this morning. For precisely that reason, Renner's honest smile was a sight for the wise.
You know what? Any of those, like, with the way she's always like, how you ever, like, just seen something cute in real life and just, like, thought of Rena? It's just like in my mind, it'll just be like, how? Just like, that's so adorable. I'm gonna take you home. Not that last bit, but the how. I just found it surreal. And I was like, man, I've been recording for this for quite a while. Well, saw this LP, was it back in May or April? I can't remember. But it's been a while now, so yeah. That's just stuck with me, that is that. Oh! Yeah, the shadow down, picked myself back up this morning, and before actually dead, reason Ren is on a smile with practical eyes. Yo! What's up, Keiichi, Rena? Good morning.
What? Keiichi, you look like you didn't get much sleep either.
Is it Eiler or Eeler? Which one is it anyway? That's always bugged me. I think I know why. Because maybe it's the reason. It's because like you got American pronunciations and then you got the British pronunciations. And it throws me off all the goddamn time. It throws off a lot of people. I mean, how many times have you seen someone say a word in a video and there'll be comments from either Americans, usually Americans, or like people from the UK just be like, you're not pronouncing it right. So I'm like, no, it's the correct way we pronounce it here. You pronounce it differently over there. Same as how we spell differently over here and you spell it differently over there. Just because, why the fuck not? Let's fucking make English more confusing than it has to be. I mean, geez, with that, it's no wonder why people struggle learning English if it's not their first language. Can you imagine that? Well, it would work either way, really, but it'd probably confuse the shit out of them. Especially with, like, so many bloody words that don't sound anything like how they're actually written. Makes no sense half the time. But, you know, if it's your first language, then it seems perfectly logical. Because, well, you've pretty much been brought up learning the language, so it comes natural. But anyways, Nana gone home early yesterday with a hangover, but she didn't look too good this morning either. Her usual cheerfulness was completely buried in shadow. I went to bed at like 3. I'm a little tired. 3? Hey now, you can't keep staying up late. You probably read the first volume of a manga, but manga thought it was interesting, then read the entire series, didn't you? That sounds like something that happens to a lot of people, really. Whether it be that, or, you know, films. Well, not films, but TV series of any sort. Anything like that, really. You kind of like binge watch something, binge read something, or it could even be a video game. I've had that happen. Like I said, I've been playing Skyward Sword, and there were moments in there where I'd like spend pretty much a whole day playing it, which is usually the case whenever I play it. I'm like near the end of the game at this point in time, and it's like kind of mellowed out now. It's just like, well, I've completed the only, you know, proper side quest in the game, so I might as well get to the plot, I guess. Just like I'm going through the goddess cube things now. I'm just like, I want to get all these side quests and all that. That kind of feel kind of meh, to be honest. And then move on to the rest of the main plot. And honestly, some of the main plot feels like a side quest in itself. There's this one bit that I'm currently on where you gotta like get the song of the hero or something like that. I've got like the first 2 of them completed. And it's just like, I like the one in Elden a bit, the way they went about it, because it was completely unexpected. It was like, okay, that's the kind of neat way of going about that, I guess. First one, on the other hand, in Foreign Woods, that one was a bit of a pain in the ass with the tadpoles. Yeah, because, like, swimming in that game is terrible. It's like,
That's the thing I've noticed with the game. When the controls work, they're brilliant. They're actually quite nice to use. But when they go out of alignment and you can't figure out how to freaking get it work again, you're like, no, you do the reposition thing. Doesn't bloody work for me at times. Swimming, turning to the right, I have to freaking twist the whole control upside down just to freaking get him to turn. And I'd be like, God damn it, you're going around in circles, you stupid fucking idiot. And using a sword can be a pain in the ass when shit like that happens as well. And the bug net, but I've got used to that now. It's pretty much a piece of piss even when it goes out of that. Because this freaking, I don't know. Just like, it's fun when it works, but when it doesn't, ooh man, frustrating as all hell. But anyways, I digress, I guess. Back to the plot. What it was interesting about. I understand, I've done that before. I just trying to shake off my sleepiness. I was trying to be considerate. However, now me on no, Renna smiled. In fact, he didn't even pay attention. Renna's expression immediately darkened.
What? Wait, is it about the mayor? He still hasn't been found.
No. Hey, wait a minute. What are you talking about? Can't find the mayor? Even the classroom, which was normally bursting with bright, joking voices, seemed filled with a different sort of murmur today. How the hell does Keiichi end up being the only one not to know about this, seemingly?
Good morning, Keiichi-san. Have you heard? It looks like something terrible's happened.
I don't really know this mayor person, but he's an old guy, right? Could he just be wandering around senile?
Mayor's certainly not senile. He's a sprightly man who can teach both calligraphy and swordmanship. He's probably got lost somewhere like me. Hello, Suika. Oh, I wanted to take you home with me.
Getting lost is only cute because children like Rick can do it. A worn-out old man getting lost isn't in the slightest. What the hell is with some of this freaking... What the hell? While my mind entertained dumb thoughts like that, our teacher arrived. I mean, what the hell would be cute about that? I don't get the logic. While my mind entertained dumb thoughts like that, our teacher arrived. Everyone rushed to their seats. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. The class greeting was normal, but the atmosphere in the room was heavy, and the cicadas Higurashi were all like... Some of you may have already heard, but last night, despite the late hours, the mayor never came home. Is there anyone who saw the mayor yesterday? One or two hands went up in silence, and they told her about having seen him. Well, it seemed to be vital information, however, and everyone began whispering amongst themselves. If anyone has seen the mayor, please tell an adult about it, all right? Now then, let's begin class. After that, the same old lessons began. Although room is once quiet, it blossomed in flowers, began at lunchtime. I could hear a few different conversations. They were mostly related to the mayor's disappearance. Summing them all up, I gave out a gift. Yesterday evening, the mayor went to a meeting at the Shrine's Assembly Hall. The meeting ended after the sun had fully set and everyone left. The elder's house was a bit far from the center of Hinamizawa. It was already late and Hinamizawa doesn't have a lot of lights outside. Nobody saw the mayor after the meeting. However, because he would have been hungry, he wouldn't have taken any side trips, he would have gone straight home. However, no matter how long his family waited, he returned. Some thought there might have been an accident. They left no stone unturned. They searched from the irrigation channels to the water wells and even in the rice paddies, but they didn't find him. Of course, there was a limit to how far they could search in the middle of the night. The police were going to wait for daylight to then have the young man of the town help search. If, after all that, they still didn't find him, they were apparently even going to go looking in the mountains.
Even now, at this moment, the adults will probably all search for him. The more they searched in vain, and the more time passed. The only thing that came to mind was the curse, the rumors of Watanagashi, of the demoning away. Had he become this year's sacrifice for Higurashi's curse, which had recently been occurring every year? That scary possibility which everybody thought about, but nobody could say aloud, was slowly but surely spreading throughout the village. Was he demoned away and offered as a sacrifice to quell Higurashi's anger? My classmates were whispering to each other that the curse didn't happen this year, so there shouldn't have been any sacrifices. On the other end, I knew. The curse did happen again this year, and there were 2 people that died. It may sound strange, but I hadn't exactly thought the elder would be the one to go missing. Well, no shit. Has he ever even been mentioned yet in these? He wasn't mentioned in Onagakushi, Onagakushi. If he was, it probably must have just been in passing, because... I mean, it does, appear in some of the arcs, essentially, question-answer arcs and all that. Fine, he hasn't really made an appearance till now. And technically he still hasn't, because he's missing in action, in a sense, yeah. My reason was clear. Shion and I should have been a higher priority than him. The 4 of us were thieves that broke the taboo and set foot into the sacred ritual storehouse. You know what? Maybe it's just me, but wouldn't this make an interesting idea for a horror game? Maybe it's been done, I don't know. I'd be surprised if it hadn't, but imagine if someone made a game, really well done, where it's have a group of people that kind of break this sacred ground, essentially. Just exploring. Just yeah, so this is all neat and dandy-o, and then whoever the protagonist is, the player character, is also one of them. And then, everything's all pitch keen, but then, shit starts to hit the fan, and members of that group start to die off. And then just, at the end, it's just I don't know, maybe throw a plot twist in there, I don't know. It just sounds like an interesting concept. I just don't know how you go about the gameplay. You could totally create a creepy atmosphere, but it sounds more cinematic, really, doesn't it? Because, until you get past the intro and after, the first death or wherever, where would the gameplay lie, you know? Because then you could throw in twists to be okay, we're gonna research, I'm gonna search this particular area to see if we can find answers to all this. And then ooh, spooky shit, I don't know. You would have to do it in a kind of interesting way that doesn't end up contradicting itself at the end. I don't know. The Bible is revealed in the house. It comes like a sign and tuck the sun. It suffered and bestirred steps, and it should have been mine and Shion's back. Time should have been Shion and me, eh? I laughed painfully to myself. I yelled at Shion over the phone that I didn't want to end up in such a terrifying situation, but since someone other than me had disappeared, I could only think that I should have been the first. Watanagashi, the bottomless swamp, said to have been the place where they drowned sacrifices long ago. Just as I ran through my thoughts, the villagers must have also considered the swamp. Maybe police divers were plumbing its depths even now. How? Does that imply that some police officers actually dived into the swamp? How would you go about that? Tie a rope to them, I guess? I don't know how you'd go about exploring something like that. You probably wouldn't find anyone. Not a single missing person had ever been found. They'd always suspected Watanagashi, but not once have they ever turned their doors to it. After all, it was a devilish, bottomless swamp from which no one who sinks can ever return. You know, when it's a word like bottomless implies, that there is no bottom to it. But surely there would have to be a bottom at some point. It's just how far down would it go? And you wouldn't really want to freaking know, really, would you? It's I'm fine with not knowing. just to leave it as it is. Just like someone trying to explore it would totally feel bottomless, wouldn't it? It's like, it never ends! It never! I could hear someone telling their friend that in the classroom. I mentioned it, Satoshi-san, he left around this time last year, didn't he? Huh? Satoshi? I've heard that name before. He was right, he disappeared because of last year's curse. The conversation was happening in the seat next to me, so I could hear it clearly. Did we search the whole village like this for Satoshi-san too? We didn't find him either. What did we decide that was? A demon in a way, right? Yeah, I heard he withdrew all his savings and ran away from home. Someone from the police said there was someone who saw him get on the bullet train at Nagio Station. Ran away, huh? I wasn't that interested in the reason, which seemed understandable in that case. Everyone else who disappeared had their own reasons too. How they were still on the run because they were criminals or they were a corpse that couldn't be found. It's not like any of them suddenly disappeared into thin air for no reason. Oops, they disappeared. Someone disappeared whenever the curse took a life as if by design. They may have had various understandable reasons, but they still disappeared. From that point of view, it really might have been a demon away this time. The day's disappearance was the first such instance without a clear reason behind it. Of course, coming to that realization didn't help to resolve anything.